No, but what's worse was like way back in the day, when you were trying to teach your grandparents or even your parents how to use the internet, and you would ask them to send you the link, right? So they would spell out every single thing. HTTP://.
Yeah.
Okay, Mom.
Just put CompuServe away. Put it down. There's no need for it anymore. We're gonna set you up with a nice Juno account. You can email the grandkids. Probably dating myself. That's fine. Net Zero also something.
Net Zero.
I believe all these are defunct.
Yeah,
they might
they are.
actually exist anymore. I don't mean to be giving out free sellouts. You have to sell out to, you know, you can contact me through www.overwatchcontenders.com. All right, so we're on Gibraltar here, and for me, the defining parts of Gibraltar are where the defense wants to hold. Is it very far forward, or is it the mid-ground, which is where they're set up now, or is it very, very far back? That's always the question for me.
Yep.
God, I don't want to harp on it, but Pox is on the 76. Has not been great for them so far. Maybe they'll switch it up. And overall, the Sonic Arrow comes out, and defense has taken option 2. And I think a lot of this is, we've seen this before, can the Tracer get anything going on early down there? And if they do, collapse on the offense.
Yeah, so they are actually holding up pretty close here. It's right before they even get into the car wash now, but Swoosh starting to take the high ground. They're pushing forward with the rest of Movistar riders. They force Destro out of his suit.
Yeah, Destro being out is going to hurt them a lot. It's going to open up a lot of space for the hit scan to come in here, and that's just another person down. Pox will fall to Kolsty. That's 2 quick kills for the offense as they continue to move. They're still regrouping with that. Well, that's actually the finishing kill onto Destro, who just desuited there for a while. But that's still going to mean that they have to fall back here. They don't want to bleed anyone else, but as I say that, Swoosh looks for more in the back. Dash reset is a mechanic, and that's exactly what's going to happen there. What are you laughing?
It is definitely a mechanic, but man, take a look at this push coming out from Movistar Riders. Largely uncontested, 5 minutes and 20 seconds left on their clock as they push in. They got all these staggered kills also, so they're going to get a lot more free push. It looks like there's just the Lucio on the payload right now, but man, that was one hell of a push. I mean, it was basically about to do Cyclowns just not... Oh, wow, Logix, unfortunately. Gonna eat another sleep dart there. Goes down, but it's not the worst, right? It's Tracers. She'll be back into this fight very shortly.
I mean, the tragic part about that defense was they wanted to go back and reset. They wanted to go back and so they could contend a little bit, but they were just getting chased so hard there. Defense is so important right now. Kolsty has a sliver of health. Kolsty will finally die. They finished the kill on him, but not before Swoosh gets a couple. They have to burn some ults to be able to hold here, but I'm totally fine. You have to win one fight in here just to be able to take the position you want on the defense. I say it every time because it's that important. The first fight in here means so much, but they're still not completely out of the woods yet as Swoosh and Logix combine to get a couple of kills, and they're still going here.
Yeah, this is incredible coming out from Movistar Riders. I mean, you know, before this matchup, we were really looking towards Logix and Swoosh, of course, as the Tracer and Genji duo to do a lot of work, and they have so far. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left. They've almost pushed it through second. Now, we do have the contest coming on now. Pulse Bomb not quite connecting from Logix, but that does force out the entirety of Cyclowns onto the low ground. Primal Rage is going to be used by Latex there. Sound Barrier comes on out. Transcendence will end on the side of Movistar Riders, but Logix already picked up the kill onto FC.
Yeah, very back and forth. What the defense did well this time is they were able to regroup and come in. This is what's their plan on first to be able to get back in here. But it is Logix again with the double kill. Destro does his namesake proud self-destruct over the top. Takes down a couple. That should be enough to stabilize. Another nice sleep dart means that they will finish off Finzi later at their leisure. And still waiting here. Yeah, they need to completely reset. Defense will finally get their first holds, and they can take a breath, and so can we. Whew.
I mean, we do see a lot of teams struggle once it gets to that like final 5 meters of the shuttle stage as Cyclowns, they just have that, Cyclowns have that respawn advantage in distance, right? And so they were able to trickle in slowly and gain the advantage in the team fight as Movistar Riders pushes forward again. Swoosh has that Dragon Blade at the ready. He's gonna go in, he pulls it out, and immediately they jump right on top of the Ana, takes MC on down.
No dart for FC, able to connect there. Swoosh and Logix still being the brothers in back, able to get a couple. Davin has found a little bit, but only a little bit as he tries to get through the cart. Swoosh will take that free dash reset and reset his abilities there. Swoosh has been unstoppable here. And you can try to deal with them with sleep darts, things like that. Latex has been not in position to help out. And this, untethered offense just going after it. They've been so aggressive on the chase on this map.
Yeah, 4 minutes now on the clock for Movistar Riders, and this final portion, this is where a lot of teams actually are able to mount a really good defense, but already Movistar Riders are contesting the high ground. They are gonna have to back away though.
Yeah, you would like to get the card around the corner here. You can get choked out on this point. Finzi will gets his mech back thanks to the Money Blaster. And there's a Transcend coming out, going to mitigate a lot of this boosted Winston. Destruct over the top. And I know there's a lot of places that it's hard to hide on this map.
Crusade was just inches away from actually making it into cover. But nice biotic nade comes on out. It doesn't matter though. Neptuno cleaning up FZ, and now the defense forced to back away. Cyclowns, they're really running out of time, running out of distance. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock, 60 meters on the board. Movistar Riders on the final stretch.
Right, well, the blade will come in. They need to find something here. Dante will fall to Pox, looking for a little bit more, unable to get exactly what he wants, and his counterpart, Swoosh, comes in, gives him a tutorial on the Dragon Blade. But even with those couple of kills, Destro's come alive as well. And this is really back and forth, but I think this generally favors the defense just because the respawn advantage you're going to have. Any trades are going to be good. Not in love with the Primal Rage Pop, but you can use this here just to stall out and wait for your reinforcements. As long as no one else dies during this Primal Rage, it's a good call, and no one does. Full force now in here for Movistar.
Oh, Latex got dropped down real low. The Discord Orb is way too strong right now. Getty dropped really low. Pox almost died, but the sound barrier came out in time, and that's going to allow them to turn the tides of this battle.
Very nice as Destro and Davin combined. They needed these kills. They had to spend ults, but you can't take them to your grave, so why not? They will stabilize yet again. Update on the status, a little over 2 minutes left for Movistar Riders. Their next push will very likely include another Dragon Blade, so Swoosh looking to single-handedly end it. It may be dueling blades, it may be Samurai time here as Pox getting close as well.
But on the side of Movistar Riders, they're going to be able to push forward the Transcendence with that. Cyclowns a little bit further behind, but they might be able to buy the time so far as Davin gets into the back line, but Logix pushes forward, isn't going to go for that battle.
He tries, finds a discorded Winston instead, and that... How did he live through that?
Oh, he thought he had it. He was trying to be cool, you know, like in the action movies where you just walk away from the explosion without even looking, but he looked away way too soon. There's Swoosh with the blade. He comes on now, finds the soldier, immediately takes him out of the equation. Transcendence is going to be used, and Pox tries to answer in kind with his own blade, but nothing coming of it quite yet. And now, Movistar Riders, they have the man advantage until Davin takes out Colsty, and it looks like the defense might have established himself, but no! Finzi and Logix come right on back to trade.
Maybe, but Crusade is so close to getting his barrier. If he can get out here and stay alive. Unfortunately, he died. He needed to stay alive during that fight. Swoosh is able to avoid some of this. I still think it's time to reset, though.
Yeah.
I think the offense, there's no way you actually win this fight against the spawn advantage that the defense can have. So get yourself in good position to get yourself one good fight.
What are they going to have for this fight? They've got the sound barrier coming up for Crusade. Destro has the tactical visor, and Latex has his primal rage. So these are really good ultis for that last fight. Movistar Riders don't really have much behind this possible final push.
Finzi's going to try to get himself in position, boost it around. I think they might want to get him up top if at all possible. That's exactly what happens, but they're going to have support ultimates who completely shut down. Wow, how does Helix Rocket taste?
He got spotted out way too quickly, and it was just, you know, time running out for Movistar Riders. They just had to try and brute force it in. Neptuno was able to finally trade on back, but once again, we're coming to that respawn distance where it really does favor the defenders. Davin connects with the pulse bomb, takes out Swoosh. Here's a Transcendence coming out for Cyclowns to put the final kibosh on this push from Movistar Riders.
Just showing off with that Transcend there. Hopefully it doesn't backfire because they're getting people back in here right now against all odds. They're dancing around, unable to get the kills. So you need to start seeing a little bit of red on the left side of that kill feed. And after a couple stabilizing fights, worked out really well for them. Cyclones will prevent the payload from being pushed to the end. I like to imagine that once you push to the end, that rocket launches, goes to the moon.
Yeah, it's like when you get to that final level in Tetris.
Yeah, like
or like not final level, but it's like if you get enough, if you get like 20 levels in, right, you get that the spaceship, space rocket ending there.
I've transferred my Tetris skills, which were like minimal to begin with, but I was okay at Tetris, to like packing storage units and
Oh, yeah.
packing moving trucks. Like that's all my friends talk about. Like, oh, we got to Tetris the heck out of this one if we want to fit all this stuff in here. Should have got a bigger car.
We're trying to pack for a 5-week tournament.
Yeah,
comes in handy.
That suitcase was not Tetris. That was everything that I own that's halfway decent, just in there and thrown into the suitcase, and then I sat on it and zipped it up.
Just got to iron everything once you unpack. We know the struggles, but now Movistar Riders, they struggled there in the end. They had about 4 minutes to finish off the third phase. So Cyclowns, they have a definite win condition here in this third map, in this fourth map, and they need this win as, you know, Group D, group of draw. It can go either way.
Yeah, this map will not be going to a draw. We will not be going to a second round here. As you mentioned, win condition, rather simple. Get it to that yellow box on the ground or play defense. I not seen a whole lot of defense today, but...
Well, we saw it out of Movistar Riders on Anubis. Which was...
that's true. That's true. Wow, how quick my memory is. You know, they say that sleep is like the #1 factor of your memory, and I think combined in the last like 8 days, I've had 7 hours of sleep, something along those lines. Something about this Denver air does not allow me to sleep very well, but that is neither here nor there. And we'll see. I think both teams, again, where do you want to set up on defense? I want to see where Logix is set up because... Yeah, you see the Tracer
all
over
the way
there.
around back, yeah.
This is so much about can the Tracer get something early or get enough damage early that your Winston will come around the bend and help, and then you start fighting here. It's kind of this half measure of do we play super aggro or not, and it's so much determined by where the Tracer is, which is why you see Widows even looking over to that room now, because it's a known strat. Davin gets the better of the TVT, so that strategy is gone. The defense will now have to play on the higher ground. Winston doing some zoning out on both sides here, as so far no deaths have come in, but might be coming in soon. No, just kind of just going to retreat, give up ground.
Yeah, we're seeing similar defenses so far, but the difference here is that Movistar Riders are actually able to regroup here, where Cyclowns kind of just trickled in one by one and then just gave up first for free at this point.
So still, like, no kills throughout this game. This has been kind of an odd one. The only one at TVT earlier. Neptuno and Pox gonna change that quickly as it turns into a 5v5. Still no great advantage on either side. Still looking to open it up. But now Movistar has lost a couple. Swoosh has something to say still. Back and forth, alternating. Davin.
Oh! That's actually a really big blunder. That is going to allow Movistar Riders come back in. Swoosh has that Dragon Blade at the ready. He lost sight of the Zenyatta for a second, and now with the sliver of health, we'll clean up Destro there. And then Movistar Riders, they were on the brink of losing that first point, but the blunder coming up from Davin, I mean, he was doing so well up until that point.
So Jason Kaplan just came around the corner and gave me a look like he wants me to say he pulled his Apis, but I won't do it. I won't stoop to that level. Blowing yourself up by a pulse bomb is not limited to one in particular person. They're now even. They both blown themselves up with it. Yes, I will throw you under the bus, Jason, and no issues with it. But that's brutal. You're right. As funny as it was, to me at least, because I've been there, so I can laugh at it. Completely turn the fight around. Completely turn it around, and the Dragon Blade, very nice there from Swoosh as they come in. They do Sound Barrier over the top, an interesting dive to try to get in. Not necessarily the kills they want, although they have evicted Finzi from the top Spartan, which is a big deal in trying to get pushed in on this offense. Dueling Zenyatta's out here. Finzi rotating around, though, going to look for a tactical visor opportunity if they even need it, but they've already been largely pushed out here.
Yeah, Logix cleans up that kill onto Epsi, but Crusade does answer on back. We have the tactical visor coming out from Finzi, but he's not going to find much of it yet. He had a really interesting flanking position there, pushed through the health pack room onto the lower stairs, but he does back off. He's going to regroup with his team. And now, 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock for Cyclowns.
Pox got very low there. That would have stalled them out even more. This is the time for Cyclowns. They have both of their huge DPS ults up. This is where you make your name and dive. Can your blade work? Can your bomb work? Can you get it done? Because the other side, Logix and Swoosh, they've got it done. Beautiful start from Davin.
Yeah, Neptuno gone, so even if they weren't tracking ultis, they know for sure the Transcendence is gone. This is their go button, but that's a huge bionic nade. Pox dropped down at 6 HP. He goes down. Davin was able to pick up the kill onto Logix now, so they still have the man advantage, and with that Discord Orb, they will take out Colsty, and now things looking great for Cyclowns.
Swoosh is going to pop the blade anyway. I mean, I use the word ambitious, and I think people know what that's code for a lot of time. That was something that you would like to have that one back. Logix does get in with their kill, but it doesn't matter. They have extended the clock at the very least. Finzi finds himself out in no man's land. The Sudoku pact, as they both do those beautiful number puzzles together, does come through. They both go down, and this is as good of a push as you can ask for the offense, trying to ride this momentum. They've got the high ground already. Latex with Primal Rage too, so even if the defense is able to somehow steal away the high ground, can go up there and start knocking them about.
Yeah, but Logix, he's almost got another pulse bomb at the ready. They are contesting onto the point so far. Movistar Riders, Cyclowns starting to get some headway with this payload. But there we go. Oh! Logix!
That might raise the average. Just a little bit. Just a casual 3K pulse bomb, no big deal. It's just another day in the life of Logix.
I mean, I think he's gotten at least one 3-man pulse bomb in every series he's played so far. And he has not been disappointing so far with his Tracer play. Eichenwald was a little bit of a slower start, but now he's really looking a lot more comfortable on this Tracer. And man, once again, just add that to his highlight reel.
Hey, I mean, this whole match could be a highlight reel, except for Eichenwald. Yes, as you mentioned, that's something you'd like to forget. But, you know, you need amnesia to play Tracer like that, because sometimes you're going to die to a whisper of a wind in case it just happens. So you need to forget about it and move on and still play your game. Latex trying to get them off the top of the shuttle, but they're not even really up there. They're just taking bridge. He finds out and will start cleaving in there. The Primal Rage comes in, but a nice Transcend trying to follow them up, keeping everyone safe. Latex, meanwhile, is getting bullied down. While he has it, Finzi will finish him. And that is a Primal Rage that does not get a whole lot done either. I'm not sure they really need to be in here now. They're kind of playing with fire as they've already lost 2, and the high ground is on the defense.
Yeah, one of the issues, Cyclowns, when they use their sound barrier there, three of their members are actually really low on health, about 2 or 3 bars each. So once that fizzles, if they don't heal through that, they're just going to be able to get cleaned up. And so we saw immediately once that sound barrier was going to go away, they had to immediately back on out. So now 50 seconds left on the clock for Cyclowns. Now 2 big kills. Neptuno and Logix down.
So important. They need to get out and wait. Just get out and wait, because they've got the Dragon Blade in there. I mean, you come in here and contest, but you should get respawns and get a full 6. That's why Winston's waiting outside the door, going to come in at the last second, 25th hour, get on the card. Here comes the Blade in the back line, but shut down by the Tactical Visor. The Transcend was going to shut it down anyway. I guess you can look at that as the Dragon Blade forced out 2 ultimates, but it's a full team wipe on the side of Cyclowns. That will extend their clock, extend their life. But still probably 2 pushes to get it up to the hill, around the bend, and very close to the end.
Man, Cyclowns just playing on a razor's edge at every single point so far. This is just Destro cleaning up that last team fight. Cyclowns didn't have to use all of their ultimates they had at the ready. Now Movistar Riders, Davin versus Logix facing off, but Davin has the health pack control. He's sitting at 93% towards his next pulse bomb. See if he can land a 3-man just like Logix.
Well, can they catch this dive that comes in? They cannot, as Swoosh and Colsey combine for 2. I will say overall, though, I think Davin has had a much better game than he's had in some prior maps, so he's come alive warming up on the Tracer, but that dive does not get caught. They get in there, and just a nice execution from Movistar Riders on their offensive dive there. This is very likely going to be the last push. They can come in the Primal, they can come in a Sound Barrier, they've got tools to use. But during this, Movistar is going to get some stuff. Latex gets in towards the back line, Neptuno all alone. Latex will die. Very back and forth, literally, as they alternate a couple of kills. Finzi gonna hold on to this until he absolutely has to use it. I think they feel decent about that trade. You should on defense.
Yeah, you definitely should. Once again, we have the respawn advantage as Davin gets the kill onto Neptuno. So that is the Transcend that's gone, but they do have a really strong combo. That Tactical Visor, the Nano Visor.
Yeah.
So that's why we're seeing Cyclowns playing a little bit more passive here, but here comes the play from Swoosh.
Well, passive no more, forces out the Sound Barrier there. I like that the Primal Rage went with him, trying to knock people about. The counter dive comes in, and Dante has fallen. Unable to get something, but they do trade back and forth. Movistar had banked all of their ultimates in preparation for this fight, and that should be just about it. There will be some stall out maybe from this Tracer on the card. Discorded has to rewind.
Come here and get stabilized.
I gotta say, it does look like Movistar Riders gonna 4-0 Cyclowns here, who, you know, at the beginning of the day looked to be their biggest competition in groups. Statement set.
Yeah, definitely. With a 4-0 win like that, Movistar Riders, they might just be able to walk away with the advantage so far in this group. Remember, it is Group D, the group of draws so far. Man, Movistar Riders, they took a lesson out of Eichenwald, right? Remember how Cyclowns really did struggle to finish it out? Well, Movistar Riders use this exact same lesson. Bank up those ultimates and then just finish them off.
Banking ults, totally valid strat. This guy will get the play of the game. That is Epsi. I had in my notes pregame that I thought he's a very good Zenyatta. They also still might just need a little bit more time. They've had to replace their Zenyatta and I believe their Winston, and those are crucial parts of just not necessarily the mechanical skills, but the coordination of the dive. Are we orbiting the right targets? Is our bubble coming down at the right time? Can I trust this guy? So I think that they could still use a little bit of time, and overall, I don't think it's necessarily the mechanics, though I do think Movistar has better mechanics. It's still the coordination that Cyclones needs to get down pat to have a chance.
But that's so much of the story of